Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, a great empire rose in India. This was not just any empire, this was the Rashtrakuta Empire. Think of it as a huge kingdom, a real heavyweight champ, from 753 CE to 982 CE, over 200 years. They were the bosses of a massive part of India. They were strong, they were smart, they knew how to build things, not just war and land. Art was loved. New ideas were born. Different gods worshipped side by side. Great kings. Every big story has a beginning, right? The Rashtrakuta story starts in the Deccan. Before they became the main event, they were local chiefs working for the Chalukyas. They were learning, watching, waiting for their moment. They managed lands and built quiet strength. They had a plan. Then came the man who flipped the script, Dantidurga. Dantidurga, circa 753 CE. Ambitious and visionary, he challenged his Chalukya overlords, and won. He toppled an empire and declared himself master of the Deccan. He expanded north, east and south, conquering more and more. Like a chess grandmaster, he made all the right moves. He established a new capital, Manyaketa, today called Malkad in Karnataka. First up, a king who was also a builder. Krishna I, circa 756 to 774 CE. He commissioned the Kailasa temple at Ellora, a multi-story temple carved from a single mountain. That was his vision. The empire kept growing. The fight for Kannauj shaped North India. Dhruva, Govinda III. They marched north and planted their flag in Kannauj. A southern king conquered the north, like a southern team winning the IPL up north. Then came a different king, thinker, poet, man of peace, Amoghavarshatva, circa 814 to 878 CE, ruled for over 64 years. He patronized art, literature, and religion, a great supporter of Jainism. He wrote Kaviraja Marga, one of the oldest books in Kannada. Later rulers like Indra III, circa 914 to 929 CE, captured Kannauj again. Titles like Parameshvara and Maharajadiraja were earned, on battlefield and in statecraft. This was their golden age, warriors and wonder builders. An empire is more than land and armies, it has a soul. They were open-minded about religion. Hinduism, especially Shaiva worship of Shiva, and Jainism flourished together. People were free to believe, debate, and create. They didn't stick to one official language. Sanskrit served the record, while Kannada bloomed in poetry and daily life. It bloomed. The kings loved art and music, patrons of genius, statues of gods and goddesses, alive with movement and emotion. Imagine Manyaketa's court, music and poetry in dazzling halls. Culture was celebrated, a strong soul for a strong empire. They made sure their empire had one of the richest souls in Indian history. How did they fund wars and wonders? Simple, a booming economy. They sat on the crossroads of India's trade routes. Goods crisscrossed the empire like a 9th century delivery network. From western ports they traded with the Arab world. Spices, precious stones, fine cotton textiles, ivory, high-end luxury. In return, they imported horses crucial for their cavalry, and other exotic goods. Arab writers called Rashtrakuta kings among the 4 great sovereigns of the world. Agriculture was the backbone. Rice, wheat, cotton. Well-organized taxes and land grants are recorded in inscriptions. Skilled artisans and guilds powered cities and exports. Farming, trade and crafts fueled monuments, and a powerful army. Their architectural legacy is mind-boggling. Ellora Caves in Maharashtra. Ellora Caves, circa 8th to 10th centuries CE, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Over 30 caves, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism side by side. The crown jewel, the Kailasa Temple, Cave 16, not built, sculpted top-down from a single rock, removing around 250,000 tons. Patron, King Krishna, Bas, circa 756-774 CE, a home on earth for Shiva, one of the most remarkable structures ever made. Elephanta Caves, near Mumbai, circa 9th century CE. The iconic Trimurti shows Shiva as creator, preserver, destroyer. They also built structural temples, blending north and south into a Deccan style. Their style influenced the region for centuries. They were warriors with a formidable military. Infantry, swift cavalry, and the heavy tanks of the age, war elephants. The tripartite struggle for Kanauj, Rashtrakutas versus Palas versus Pratiharas. Kings like Dhruva, c. 780-793 CE, and Govinda III, c. 793-814 CE, smashed rivals and seized Kanauj. They balanced war with diplomacy and marriage alliances, even ties with Baghdad for trade. To the south, conflicts with eastern Chalukyas, Pallavas, and later the Cholas guarded fertile valleys. They stayed vigilant with force and clever diplomacy. A high-stakes Game of Thrones on India's battlefields. Yeah, every great story has an ending. By the mid-10th century, weaker rulers and infighting sapped strength. Wars on multiple fronts drained resources and manpower. A Chalukya feudatory, Tailapatsiku, rebelled in 973 CE, defeated Karka II, and seized Manyaketa, founding the Western Chalukyas. After more than 2 centuries, the Rashtrakuta Empire collapsed. But their legacy, carved in stone, lives on: power, faith, and genius. They elevated Canada and shaped Deccan art, architecture, and administration. A Deccan power with pan-Indian reach, a story too good to forget.